Doe normaal. So we're gonna talk about my 3 years of NoFap experience. And all I can say is, it has been the best 3 years of my entire life. That's all I have to say about this. Now, why do I say this? Listen carefully what I'm going to say right now. Now, before NoFap and before the video I made 3 years ago about the bad and harmful effects of fapping, masturbation, whatever, I thought porn was harmless. I thought that females in porn did porn out of sheer pleasure and their huge so-called hunger for sex. That's what we all thought, right? However, during my fapping time, and especially during my last fap year, I noticed a lot of problems in my sex life and my sex drive. Now, my erection was very, very weak and desensitized compared to my penis right now. Even the size at that moment, because of my weak erection, it made me think that my penis was small at that very moment compared to now. I was desensitized both mentally and physically. I was barely turned on by a woman and even could barely feel the vagina at that very moment compared to now. Now, also during intercourse, I could barely come to an orgasm without thinking about some certain porn scenes or fantasizing something similar to porn, what I would do to a girl at that very moment. And the only reason why I couldn't do it with that person is because she wasn't open for it. So I was wired to think that porn is what sex should be. Other problems were also noticeable, like my mental and physical state. When you're mentally worn out, you will also feel it physically. And during fapping, when you fap a lot, you also deplete yourself from certain minerals, such as zinc, which means lower testosterone and more estrogen. Results? You will feel lethargic and almost have no motivation to do whatever you would like to do, whatever you would love to do. You won't feel ambitious as you should be. Results? You feel like an empty shell of your true self. Now, when I started NoFap, I started to get benefits over time that were fucking great. Of course, I have to say, during the first 3 months of my NoFap, I had a flatline, so I could barely feel anything at that very moment. However, after those 3 months, man, those benefits that you actually should feel by default were phenomenal. They were fucking great. It was like a whole blessing. I felt like a man at that moment. And from that moment, my whole life changed completely. And I became a man. I felt like I was transcending. I didn't feel like a man no more. I felt like I transcended. I became more than just a man. For example, I saw I could reach things that I held for impossible before. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about some really impossible things, and I just did it. I just did it without even realizing that I reached it. And come to think of it, those things made me very, very ambitious. I also had a lot more energy throughout the day and from the morning I woke up. Thanks to my diet change because of the dopamine increase NoFap gave me. That's why NoFap is so great. So I had energy to do the things I desired to do. That energy that kept you motivated, that energy that made you do something. Now that same energy made me also more creative in the bedroom. Also because I was a lot more sensitive. So I could feel the vagina a lot better. Plus, because I could delay my orgasm, sex felt fucking fantastic, man. I can tell you, I'm telling you. At that moment, when you're having that satisfaction, you will no longer go back to what you used to do before. It's over. It's just the best thing I could have ever wished for. Like, so fucking great. That's why NoFap is the best you could have ever had. Like those 3 years, man, I wish I had done this 10 years ago, even 15 years ago when I started fapping at that moment. I wish I would have never done that by default. That's how great NoFap is. Now, of course, guys are wondering about the attraction and their penis size. Now, what I'm going to tell you is real. The attraction is real. Think about this for a second, right? When you're fapping, you're depleting yourself from certain minerals and vitamins, which make you feel lethargic, which means you have less energy. So you're not shining as you should be. It's like a light bulb. You're a light bulb of 20 watts, or whatever you guys call it. We call it in Dutch watts, so whatever. Anyways, so your energy is low, and people notice that. You're not shining bright as you should be. So what happens? You're not going to be attractive towards people. You will feel isolated. You feel like, insecure guy that doesn't want to talk. You don't feel the energy or the urge to talk to somebody. However, what does happen when you do NoFap? That energy, that ambition, those things that drive you to do something are also the same energy that make you feel and walk like a man. So you no longer walk like this. No, you walk like you have an S on your fucking chest. You want to feel like Superman, walking around like Clark Kent and thinking, this is life. You're gonna enjoy every moment of your life. You're shining because you have a sense of well-being. You have that energy. You're shining because you think about the things you want to reach. You're shining because you feel great. You're enjoying every moment. You're no longer insensitive, but you're sensitive to everything that's going to happen in your life. Even the things that other people are enjoying, you're fucking enjoying that too, because you're feeling the same things. You're having emotions. You're using it. And because of that, your body language exposes how you feel. So the opposite sex or the same sex, depending on what you like, what your sexual taste is, will feel drawn to you. Just like insects to a bright light bulb. So you're shining like a light bulb. You're shining bright. You have that energy. And what happens? People feel drawn to you. So people gonna purposely try to draw your attention. They're gonna come close to you and close to you. Try to do things that will grab your attention. They'll make some comments, or they dress more provocative towards your way. Or they do whatever it takes to get your attention without to make you jealous or without to feel rejected by you. And that's how real that attraction is. However, one disclaimer. Do know, those things will not happen instantly. It will take time. You need to feel more confident. You need to be better. That's in combination with what you're going to do to yourself by improving yourself. In combination with NoFap, this is a blessing from the seventh heaven. Another thing, pay close attention to those who showed you that they didn't like you. To those who you gave attention, but you never had attention back. To those who you put effort in, but they never put effort back to you. Those are the ones who are going to feel more drawn to you. Ever had it before that somebody was attracted to you and all of a sudden the attraction faded from them? All of a sudden they acted weird. All of a sudden they took distance and they ran away from you? Those are the people who are going to look for you. Those are the people who are going to look for you, and those are the people who are going to like you a lot more than other people, than the new people. Why? Because they see what they have devalued, and they're going to value a lot more because they are surprised by what you became. Wonder why? Simply, when people think you're never going to change, and all of a sudden you've changed, that's where you have them. More details will come later on. Talking about some real man stuff, right? Or as you call it, real man stuff. This is just a minor benefit. For some people, a big benefit. Penis size. Think about this for a second, right? You have been fapping for so long. So every day, you added more pressure to your penis. Every day. So what happens over time? Your blood flow, it gets decreased. So you will not have that full erection anymore, which means weak erections, which means insensitivity, which means you cannot enjoy the sex the way you should have. So what happens when you do NoFap? Over time, it doesn't happen instantly. Over time, it may take a couple of months. Some may even take longer. some may even take less longer. It depends on how you have treated your penis. Nevertheless, you all will have the same results. So when the blood flow increases again, your penis will be a lot fuller, thicker and harder. So because of that, it will regrow in length and girth. So which means your penis will go to its maximum potential. So it will reach what it can reach on its maximum. So it doesn't mean that you will have like from a 6 inch to a 12 inch or whatsoever. But what you can reach maximum, at its maximum, is what you will reach. When you're squeezing, you actually stop making it reach its maximum potential. But when you stop squeezing and let the blood flow all the way through your penis, it will be a boner instead of a weak erection, which means it will grow a lot bigger. It will be more sensitive, so it may even grow a lot more inside the vagina. You will be more confident. It's an ego boost. You will feel more confident. You'll be even more creative and better in the bedroom. And that's the result of NoFap. When the blood flows fully through the penis, it will be something you have never experienced before, because all those years you've been fapping and squeezing like you're trying to get some orange juice out of your dick. That's when you will have to recover from. That's what you have to recover from in order to reach your max potential down there between your legs, to get the rock hard boner, to please your wife or your girlfriend or your fiance or your fuck buddy, whatever she is. Now this is just part 1 of my 3 years NoFap journey and how great it was for me. Part 2 will come very soon. Want to increase your penis size even more? Well, stay tuned for my next video. In that video I will be explaining how to increase your visible size. That is of course with an average body. And with the skinny body you will have some other tips and ways to increase your size. So thanks for watching, guys. And if you're acting crazy, then I would say, doe normaal.